Yo, what's going on, family? We back at it again. It is your boy Brand, aka the Kevin Hart of photography, and we are here today talking about the Xiaomi Weeble 3S. Now, I am super excited about this. Now, Xiaomi did reach out to me to review the Weeble 3S. They are a big fan of my channels and about the work that we do and the gimbal work that we do with our photo shoots and everything. So they sent me out the Xiaomi Weeble 3S. And I want to take a minute to kind of review this with you, tell you something about the things I like, some of the things I might have a problem with. I've had this thing for about a week now to review it, to go through it, to actually do some shots with it. And man, I gotta tell you, this is probably going to be my go-to gimbal right now. Now, I am a big fan of like my Tech and the other gimbals that I have, but there is something about this gimbal that I absolutely love, and I definitely want to come share with you. Stay tuned to the end of this video, as I do also have a big surprise for you all. Now, I'm gonna get right into this gimbal. Here it is. This is the Weeble 3S. All right, now this is the combo pack because it does come with the sling. It does come with the wrist rest and the mount for both of these items. Now, I found that this is definitely, you don't really know that you need these things until you actually have them, especially if you do a lot of gimbal work. So I'm going to take a minute to review this thing, get right into it, man. The first thing I love about this gimbal, with any gimbal, is the motor locks. All right, just being able to, as you can see, this thing doesn't move right now, but being able to just unlock these motors and relock these motors in place, absolute love that. I mean, it's really great when you go and traveling and you take this thing on shoots and you just have it sitting around and you don't want it bouncing everywhere. Every gimbal should have that now. That's pretty much a must on all gimbals today. Let's talk about some of the new features. Now, this definitely has an updated stabilization versus the last one. I did not use the Weeble 3, but from what I've heard and seen, the updated stabilization on this thing is absolutely incredible. I love it. Right now I'm flying it with my A7S III, and this is the G Master 24mm 1.4. Yeah, this is the 24mm 1.4 G Master that's on here right now. Easy day. But I want to talk about a few things that this thing has on it that's updated, that you might not get on a few other gimbals. All right, I'm not going to go all the way to it. I'm not going to show you a bunch of walking shots. Most of all gimbals can give you good, steady shots if you carry it right. So me showing you the stabilization on it and me trying to walk without shaking it, it's not really going to do too much for you. I think a lot of gimbals that we buy today is just based on more usability, what it can do for you, the payload, and how it helps you, how it works, the battery life, you know, things like that. So that's what I'm going to hit on today. I'm not going to keep you too long, but I just want to go through this thing and probably tell you why this is going to be probably my go-to gimbal from now on. The first thing I want to talk about is the ergonomics. I love the handle and the rubber that's on this handle right here. It's great for a really good grip. All right, it doesn't feel like your hand is going to slide if like that plastic material, nothing like that. So first thing, I think all gimbals should have this rubberized grip on it. I mean, it just makes for a world of difference. Now, let's talk about some of the things that they integrated on this gimbal that you don't get on a lot of other gimbals. Let's talk about the wrist rest. The wrist rest right here, all right? When you're holding this gimbal, like any other gimbal, and you get those low shots, all right, it feels like it's less effort put into this, all right? It just doesn't feel like all the weight is going forward, and instead of having this wrist rest, you're depending on the balance of holding the middle part, all right, holding the actual gimbal itself. So that wrist rest, until you actually use it, you don't really know you need it until you actually have it. That thing is a game changer, and I love it. I love the stepless part of it, where you can actually move it up and down to adjust, because you know everybody's wrist, everybody's different. Some people might want it higher, some people might want it lower. If you don't do a lot of low shots, you can keep it higher, but if you're doing stuff and then you need to go really low really fast, that wrist rest is absolutely amazing. It takes away a lot of the effort and energy that you put into flying a gimbal. So that wrist rest, #1 a plus. Let's talk about this sling grip. This sling grip is amazing. Now I'm gonna tell you why it's dope. Because on a lot of gimbals that do not come with an integrated handle, a lot of times we depend on the up and down motion of us just using the gimbal like we want to, right? Or we have to find a third party grip or something to get that extra stabilization in the gimbal, right? That's why we put it there. That's why a lot of us go out and get it. I have to add it to my other ones like my Fayutech. I know there's some other ones like DJI and Ronin that actually you can buy external or accessories to add that extra grip to it, and side grips and all that things. This is great. This one comes with this sling arm. This one comes with this sling grip, and I absolutely love it. I don't have to go out and buy a third party one and everything, but I'm gonna tell you why this sling grip is great. This combined with the wrist rest makes this experience of having a gimbal way better than any gimbal that I have ever used. All right, I'm gonna just put it out there like that because it's much more comfortable. You can get a lot of different other angles with it. It just makes for a better experience because it's more comfortable. That's basically all it is. Now, with this sling grip, let me tell you a few things that it has. First of all, it has a 1/4 thread screw right on the top. Now, what I am going to use it for is like my monitor. I can screw it in here right in the top. All right, I'm not going to put it on here fully. And then I can have it over here like this or lean back, all right, to give me the video that I want. I don't use a gimbal without a monitor on it, and I absolutely love that. But here's the thing, if I do put a monitor up here, you can unscrew this sling grip and it can go up and down. All right, everybody flies their gimbals different, so you can use it if you want it higher, you can use it if you want it lower. It's really like up to you. But shout out to Xiaowen for allowing that flexibility and for people to be able to choose how they want to do it. Now, another thing about this sling grip is that you can rotate it to the sides. All right, so some of us might like flying like this. Some of us might like flying it a little bit back here. All right, but that option is available for you because you can rotate that grip. That all in all is the reason why this gimbal is just better than a lot of other gimbals out there also. When it comes to comfortability, this gimbal is probably the best one that I've used. I don't know another gimbal that offers this much comfort, and it feels like that's what Xiaowen was going with this gimbal when they came out with the Weeble 3S. The combo pack allows just a nice, better experience with this gimbal. So those are the two really big integrated features in this. But also, if I'm not mistaken, they didn't have the horizontal to vertical mechanism on the Weeble 3 that they now introduce on the Weeble 3S. Now, that is great. I love it because with social media and a lot of things that we have going on right now, vertical video is very, very important, especially to a lot of content creators. So as you can see right now, this is in horizontal orientation. Now, if I wanted to put it in vertical orientation, all I would have to do is unlock the lever that holds the Arca Swiss plate to this mount, and I just hit that lever and it slides off, and then there's a lock button that you press and it comes right off. All right, and as you can see at the bottom, let me see if you can see that. Yeah, there we go. There you go. All right, so that's what it looks like. So now to put this back on here, you also have that little shoe light right there on the side. It looks like a little claw. So you slide it on and you just retighten it onto that mount with that same lever, and now you're in a vertical orientation. All right, it is really, really great. Now, as you get used to sliding this thing on and off that mount, I mean, it gets a whole lot easier. It might be a little tight at first when you're sliding it on and off, but it really makes for the versatility of using this in vertical orientation and horizontal orientation a lot easier than a lot of gimbals. Now, unlike my Feiyutech AK4500 and my AK2000, I can really honestly just press a button and it goes from vertical. It goes from horizontal to vertical, but you have to put it in flashlight mode, and you press the button and you can have it vertical. But with this one, you don't have to put it in flashlight mode. You can just put it on there. It's easy balance. The motors are really, really strong to hold it. You don't have to worry about it wobbling or going a lot of places. If you need to rebalance it, it's a very, very slight rebalance. All right, and it holds it amazingly in vertical orientation, man. So I love the fact that that you can do that with this gimbal. I would really probably just want a dedicated setup just for vertical. That way I don't have to slide a camera on and off. Maybe something like the ZV-E10, I could just put it on there, leave it in vertical orientation, and then just anytime I want to do vertical video, just but whatever. This thing does have a Type-C charging port right here on the side. Now I do understand with the older Weeble 3, it had about 2 or 3 batteries in it that you had to charge. This one has 2 integrated 2600 milliamp batteries. On a full charge, I think it takes about around less than 2 hours for it to fully charge, and then it gives you a run time between about 8 and 11 hours. That really depends on what mode you're in, what you're doing, how much you're flying it, you know, and just whatever kind of strain you're putting on it, of course, you know. But from testing, they say, Jowin says you get around 11 hours of battery life with that, which is plenty of battery life for this gimbal, man. Other things about this gimbal. I love the LCD. All right, I love the LCD. It's a pretty basic LCD. It's not like colorized and nothing like that. I also do love the integrated fill light. All right, you really don't know that you need a fill light until you actually have one. I do a lot of shooting at nighttime also, and this is a very bright fill light. I'm gonna tell you that right now. It's very powerful. Unlike a lot of other fill lights that are out there, this one is a very powerful light. All right. Now it is color temperature, so it only goes to like 2600 Kelvin, 2800 Kelvin, up to about 5500 Kelvin. But it's enough to do what you need to do to match any type of color tones or anything that you need to do. But very, very bright light. I also like the Bluetooth 2.5 technology that they have integrated into this gimbal. This currently right now is set up to connect to my A7S III via Bluetooth. I don't have to basically put this cord in here and connect the cord to the camera, because with the Bluetooth, I was able to find the Bluetooth signal that my camera was putting out, and it really connected seamlessly. And then you can use this record button right over here on the side to record, stop, and start your video. You can also take pictures or images with it if you're doing something like that also. But I noticed that you have to long press the record button and then press it in to actually start the recording. So you can't just like tap it and it stops and starts. I tried that. It didn't work for me. I don't know. I'm not going to go through the whole menu system and all of that stuff. I just want to tell you about some things about it. But overall, this gimbal is absolutely amazing. Your joystick right here is just an up, down, left, right joystick. It does not press it in, so don't go in here trying to press this in like an enter button or something like that. Your record or photo video mode, half press it basically to get focus on whether you're taking pictures or video, and then long press it to actually go into that mode or go into your video. Or take that shot that you want with that button. Your mode switch is how you go through your different modes, whether it be pan, follow, all of those things. You will double press it to go into POV mode or V mode or vortex mode. You can also long press the M button or your mode switch to go into sleep mode if you want to just put the thing to sleep. This is your menu button, so this is basically how you go into your menu and exit your menu. This wheel over here, this is your feel like control wheel right here. All right, now this is also how you would navigate through your menu system also, but you would also hold this button in order to enter or turn on your fill light and also exit your fill light. You would also use this to adjust your color temperature and your intensity of that fill light also. But again, this is also how you rotate and navigate through your menu system. All right, you don't use your joystick to go through your menu system like I thought you did. The trigger button, like almost on any gimbal now, single press it to enter whatever custom button, double press it to bring it back to normal or original orientation, you know, wherever you are. Double press it 3 times for it to enter selfie mode, which means it's going to turn around and look at you and be like, hey, you know, and whatever. So understand that. Now, if you hold it, you will enter something called go mode, where you're just going, go, 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 go. So it tightens everything up, and you can enter go mode with that trigger button. The adjustment wheel. Now, some of you might customize this button. I'll leave it the way it is. I think right now it's used for roll, so it goes left and right if I use it. But this is a customizable wheel. Again, you can customize this to whatever you want to in the menu system. I pretty much just leave it where it is. I like it the way it is. I don't care. It's a gimbal, so I don't have time to do a lot of that other stuff. But if, you know, if I want to get something crazy, if I'm going up to somebody and I want it to roll left to right, then I can use that wheel already set up like it is. But you can do other things with it. Of course, on like a lot of gimbals, you also have your thumb screw and your lens support. Now, with this gimbal, again, you do get the large, you know, Arca Swiss plate, quick release plate right here. You also get the smaller plate that your camera sits on, that sits on top of that plate also. I didn't hit too much on the tripod, but there's a tripod. I like mine set up like this. You don't have to have this base in here. You can actually disconnect this from the gimbal and connect it directly into the bottom of the gimbal. But I feel like I just like the whole combo, being able to sit it down and do things with it. So you also get a bag that has a bunch of your cables in it, your camera connect cables. So if your camera is not capable of connecting to this gimbal via Bluetooth, Xiaowen has given you a bag of camera cords, basically, to Type-C cords to connect your camera here and also control your camera through the gimbal also, which is a great thing. Overall, I think this gimbal is absolutely amazing. I think it's incredible. I love what it offers. I just love the comfortability of it. I love being able to go into vertical and horizontal mode. I know there are other gimbals out there where you can do that also. But I love how it does it on here. It has an amazing payload. I love the sling grip. I love the wrist rest. Again, you don't really know that you need these things until you actually using them. And you are doing this thing for hours and you're like, man, this feels really good. Like, I'm not tired at all. Like, my wrist is not getting as much of a workout as it did when I used other gimbals. Like, that's crazy dope. Like, so absolutely love that, man. I definitely think you guys should go out and pick this thing up. Now, if you're trying to go out and get this gimbal by itself, it will run you around $319 for the gimbal itself. If you're looking to pick up the combo pack with the swing arm and the wrist rests and everything else, that's going to cost you around $439. Now, I would not get this thing without the combo, all right? One of the biggest thing and the biggest upgrades to this thing is the base with the wrist rest and the comfortability. So I highly would recommend. You got $439 for this amazing gimbal, and everything that it can do is just incredible. I didn't go through a lot of other things like trajectory. You can put this thing at point A, B, C, D, and E, like 5 different points, and I think it's great. I've done it before where I just put it on all these different points all the way up to an E, A, B, C, D, E, 5 points, and it will go. You can start it and it will go to those points. And I love that. This thing does a lot of stuff that I didn't really have time to really hit on, but I want to say big shout out to Xiaowen for sending me out the Weeble 3S, man. This thing is incredible. Through some other videos that we got coming up, you're definitely going to see me start to use this. My only caveat with this gimbal is that it has no quarter thread screws besides the one that's on top of the handle. Or the sling grip. They don't have no other quarter thread screws on this gimbal at all. Now, I will tell you, and I'm not going to leave this out because I had to do my own research. If you take your Allen wrench and take off the wrist rest or the sling arm, you can take something with a quarter thread and you can thread it into the side of here to use anything else. So if you are a person, if you don't feel like you need the sling grip or if you need the wrist rest and you want to mount something to the side of here, you can actually do that. And I don't know if that was purposely for that, so people can have that option. but that is an option. So I did take my camera and I literally took off the wrist rest because it's just an Allen screw right here, and I screwed my monitor into the side of here, and it worked perfectly. I was able to do it, but again, holding it like this, the monitor kind of gets in the way. So to each his own. I wouldn't really recommend a monitor you mount right there. But again, you can take these off and mount other stuff to it. But like I said, my biggest caveat on with this thing is, like I said, there is no other quarter thread screws on here. It is somewhat of a short gimbal, so I really honestly don't even see another place where they could have even added additional quarter threads. But there's normally a quarter thread right here. But again, since they have the fill light right here and the mechanics and everything that goes right there, you're not gonna really drill a hole in there. So I mean, I think that's really only my biggest problem with this gimbal, man. So I definitely appreciate you guys, man. Make sure you comment, like, and subscribe. I will make sure the link to the Weeble 3S, the combo pack, and the regular one, if you want it, is in the comment section below, man. Go cop it, all right? It is an amazing gimbal. It is, if you really want a comfortable gimbal that has a really good payload, Type-C charging, all of that stuff, this is the perfect gimbal right now that I love. And and you can put it in horizontal and vertical orientation. Gotta love that, man. Until next time, make sure you guys comment, like, and subscribe. But I do have a surprise for you guys. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. It is about that time. Bam. Just for you guys. That's right. Xiaowen and I have partnered for this Christmas season to give away a brand new Weeble 3S. I've already seen my review on it. As you can see, it's already sealed. It's not open, all right? Let me tell you how to enter for your chance to win a brand new combo pack, all right? So the first thing, you have to be following me on Instagram and YouTube. That's me. You gotta be following me, all right? I'll be dropping things for you guys, all right? You gotta be following me. You also have to be following Xiaowen on Instagram, all right? Man, y'all should be following me anyway because I be dropping bangers. I'm always trying to help you guys. Help me. All right, anyway, on the post, you have to comment 3 names below. Tag 3 of your friends, man. Tell them they should be following me anyway. Tag 3 of your friends for a chance to enter the win. You cannot use the same names, all right? You can only put in 1 entry. As my people are going through and finding out who's putting in the entries, you can only put in 1 entry for yourself. So you yourself can comment 3 names. That's it, all right? All right, if you want to share this in your stories, I'm going to look at that. I'm going to have them, and when it get tagged to me, I'm going to give you a little bit of extra credit for you guys who are actually rocking with your boy, posting it in your stories and everything. I am going to do the drawing on December 27th at 8 p.m. I'm going to tell you again, December 27th at 8 p.m., we will have the drawing of the Weeble 3S combo. So make sure you enter for your chance to win, man. I'm happy to be able to do something for you guys this Christmas, man. This is the 2nd gimbal that I'm giving away. We had a winner last time in the last one, and they absolutely loved it. Good luck to all you guys out there, man, who's gonna enter the contest, man, and I will see you in the next video. I'm out of here. Peace.